Welcome to Gator Outside. Last week's video I told you I had a trip to the dentist coming up. Well, I went and they surgically removed a wisdom tooth. My jaw's still pretty swole. They told me to take it easy and no heavy lifting. I've been out of the wood yard just taking it easy and relaxing. I thought today would be a good day though to talk about storm preparedness. I'm sure y'all are aware of the massive winter storm rolling across America. Where I live in Georgia, they're predicting we could get up to a half-inch of ice, which could cause power outages. And also where I live, we always get big thunderstorms, we get tornadoes, so we have frequent power outages throughout the year. This is some steps I've been taking over the past year to better myself for those kind of situations. I purchased the Predator 5000 generator and the Mr. Heater Big Buddy. I have some numbers to go over and some things to talk about. So let's get to it. First, let's talk about Harbor Freight's Predator 5000. I know it has good reviews and bad reviews, just like anything nowadays. But you can run this on gasoline or propane. It comes with the regulator and hose for the propane setup, so that's kind of nice. You just turn your knob to whatever fuel source you need. We're going to go with gasoline. Make sure your eco mode is off. Turn on your battery. Then you just push the button twice. Starts right up. Push it once more. And it'll stop. Now I know it says it has 5,000 max starting watts, 3,900 running watts on gasoline, and 3,600 running watts on propane. It also has a pull start. I'll show you that in a minute. But it seems like a nice little generator. I mean, it's my first one, so I don't know how good it works and everything yet. A lot of people swear that it's awesome. Some don't like it. But I'll find out eventually. I know they don't give you much information on this eco mode. Like what's the max watts you could be running before you need to turn that off or on. One of the reasons I got the Flo-Fast 15-gallon fuel system because I was anticipating on getting a generator. So with this 15 gallons, I could refuel this 4 times. This has a 3.7 gallon fuel tank. I find conflicting results on runtime per tank. It averages around 12 hours. They say you can get more or less depending on how many watts you're pulling through it. But another reason I got this is because your average 5 gallons, they almost take up the same floor space, you know. But if you had 3 of these that equal 15 gallons, you're taking up more room and you have more jugs just laying around. I thought this would be more convenient and just easier to store, take up less space. The owner's manual says the break-in period, you should run it for 30 hours. You shouldn't go over 75% load, which is 2,925 watts. But I've seen a lot of videos where guys change the oil after an hour or two, and they have a lot of metal shavings in there. So I want to do the same thing. I ran it for 2 hours. We're going to change the oil and see how it looks. So I place it up on some wooden blocks here just to get it elevated so I can get the pan underneath. Now I did purchase an aftermarket dipstick off of Amazon that has a magnet on the end. I just see a little bit of stuff. They could have made that drainage port a little better. I got a little mess going on in there I'm gonna have to clean up. I tilted it over a little more to get all the remaining oil to drain out of it. I put the drain plug back in it. Now I'm just trying to clean up my mess a little bit. Let's see how it looks though. I don't see any big chunks. I mean, that's a good sign. You have to use regular motor oil for the break-in period, no synthetic for the first 30 hours. I got some Castrol GTX, just regular oil, 1030 weight. It says fill it up till it just overflows. It looks like we're full right there. It says it takes 0.6 of a liter. I forget what that is in ounces. Took about that much. Alright, I got the dipstick all cleaned up. Let's get this back in it. Wipe up any extra. Got it cleaned up pretty good. That's tight. That's tight. One other thing it said to do, which I don't think I did first time, is oil the air cleaner filter. So let me pop that off real quick. Let's take a look. Which I did not. So I saw a guy take the plastic bag. We're just going to try this technique. I'm sure you'll let me know if I'm wrong. Put just a little bit of oil in the bag. Just a little bit. Rub it all around. I know they sell spray stuff. I don't have any spray oil. But just get the bag coated. Drop your filter in. Now just kind of rub it around a little bit. Just to coat it. And there we go. Looks good to me. I might even take a rag just to maybe get a little excess off. There, we got a good little coating. Put that back in. I have to go wash my hands. I don't know if you're going to see that good. We're going to... That did not work. Let's kind of get an idea maybe what the oil looked like. It honestly don't look that bad. Got the oil changed. The air cleaner's oiled up. Let's try it out. Turn on the gas. Click the battery. Let's try the pull start this time. Man, that is easy start. Now I'm going to take this out back. I'm going to run it and actually put a load on it. And let it rock and roll for another, I don't even know, maybe 8 hours. Then it'll be the 10-hour mark. Change the oil again. Then let it roll to that final 30 hours. Then I might put some synthetic in it. And then you just change it every 100 hours. Well, I hope future oil changes go cleaner than that one did. That wasn't a real in-depth video. There's better ones out there on YouTube you could check out. I picked up this pouch. I have a habit of losing things. I keep all the spare stuff in here. Spark plug tool, you know, the factory dipstick, the remote starter. So it's all in one spot. And everybody talks about how the spark plugs are garbage that come with this. So I actually replaced it with an NGK spark plug. And 1 is none and 2 is 1. So it's better to have an extra because rarely you do get a bad spark plug. You don't want to be without power and not have a running generator because you didn't have a backup spark plug. I got my power covered, and now these colder times of the year, I thought I need something for heat. I picked up the Mr. Heater Big Buddy. They have a smaller version that only has a single ceramic tile. This one has both, so you get more heat out of it, obviously. But to run it on high, you need to use 2 tanks. For medium and low, you only need 1. and I'm sure y'all are familiar with the little 1 pound propane tanks. But it goes through a lot of these, and I thought I would upgrade and get the refillable ones so I could refill these myself. And they're a lot more heavy duty and thick walled compared to these little guys right here. So with this on the low setting, you know, you could use 1 tank. It's 4,000 BTUs. Medium setting is 9,000 BTUs. Then you need both of these tanks installed to get 18,000 BTUs. So I don't have to buy these constantly, and they cost a lot of money. I figured I would go with this system here. I got the refillable ones. I got the kit that goes with it. And instead of a normal 20-pound propane tank, I got a 30-pound propane tank. Because I'm thinking it takes up the same size, you know, for storage, and I get more. So what we get in the box, get these little feet to hook up on it. I've never used this, so we're going to find out together how dummy proof it is. Because I've been known to be a dummy. I got this set up upside down. Let's get it hooked up and figure it out. But first, I got somebody who wants to say something.
Hi guys, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Thank you.
All right, that's the little one. Except she's grown so tall, won't be long. I can't call her little one no more. All right, so we got our refuel kit. We just gotta screw it onto the end, make sure it's tight. Now these tanks have a little divot, and there's a little pin in the bottom. You just got to line that pin up. And then screw it down. So it can only go on one way. Make sure it's tight. It's tight. So, turn on our tank, open it all the way. Now you press down on this lever, we got our pressure relief valve. Just open that up, and we'll press and hold this, and we'll start seeing propane come out, and we'll know it's full. So, you'll hear the air escaping as the propane goes into the cylinder. I'd say it could take about a minute. We should start getting a little spitting and sputtering. All right, starting to get a little spitting. There we go. Just let it flow for a second. And close it. Now that should be full pound, good to go. Feels like it. Now this is ready for the Mr. Heater. I love that. It's easy to refill. I mean, come on, if I could do it, you could do it. But I like these brass knobs I got. way better than the plastic. Can you see the little release valve? Some of these you need an Allen key. These are the easiest. There's a little hole where the propane and the air start escaping. But all you do is turn that, and it opens up that valve to let the air escape. So once again, you find that little divot in the front. It only goes on one way. Snug it up. The valve is open. Let's fill up tank 2. I'll say that's full. Easy. Let's unscrew it. And so 5 minutes, got 2 tanks filled up, ready to go. Now just, turn off our propane. Almost made a boo-boo. Let off the pressure. Unscrew it. With this system and these little tanks, man, it's going to save me a lot of money in the long run compared to buying those Coleman 1-pound tanks. They're like $6 each. I think I spent like $90 for the propane tank, the 30-pound. It was like $22 to get it filled. So I'm sure in the long run, though, man, I'm going to start saving a lot of money. And one more sweet thing about this. You know, if you don't want to use these, you want to get a longer runtime. I picked up the Mr. Heater fuel filter. A lot of people say you want to get this, especially if you're not using Mr. Heater hoses. But I picked up the Mr. Heater 12-foot hose. So I could hook this directly to the propane tank and run it for a lot longer than these guys right here run. Let's see, I have some stats I'll post up right here. Just to give you an idea, you could screenshot it if you'd like. My math might not be the best, but the calculations I've come up with this 30-pound tank on low heat with the Mr. Heater, you'll get 7 days and 18 hours. So on medium heat, you could get 3 days. On high heat, you could get 1 day and 12 hours out of it on a 30-pound tank. But obviously you see the numbers here. So if you have a 10-pound tank or a 20-pound tank, you can see what kind of numbers you might get out of it. So I'm just going to put a little piece of tape on here, and every time I fill a propane tank, I'll put a mark, and I could keep track of how many pounds I took out of this tank and when I might need to refill it again. But thank you for checking my video out today of the preparations I've been taking over this past year, trying to improve my situation a little better if anything bad happens. And this little heater works great. I've been using it in the garage, and with these refillable tanks, it's going to be a money saver. But anyways, I hope y'all are safe during the storm, and you have a blessed week, and I'll catch you on the next episode.